So what is concentration and how do you improve it? Well, there's good news and there's bad news. The good news is that your concentration is immaculate. There is nothing you can do to improve it any further. That might sound a little crazy. Maybe you are unable to concentrate on one thing for very long. But that's not a problem with your concentration. That's more a problem with focus. Focus is quite a different thing to concentration. Focus is wherever it is that your attention is being diverted to. And your concentration is what you are focusing on at any given moment. So the question now is no longer how do I improve my concentration? It's perfect as it is. It's how do I keep my focus on the things that I would like to? And again, it's a slightly loaded question as well, because your focus is always on the things that you actually really want to know about or want to observe. There are mechanisms within your mind that actually determine where your focus goes at any given time, one of which being the reticular activation system. This is a system which its basic function is to draw attention to whatever it is that is relevant to you in your life. So now that we've kind of taken it back to this level, you need to understand that if your attention or your focus is not on what you consciously want it to be on, then that's because your subconscious and the reticular activation system within it is telling you that actually there's something that is more important to you, more meaningful to you, and that whatever it is that you're doing is not as important as you consciously seem to think. Now, this is where we start tying some of the various systems together that we talk about in some of these videos. We need to understand this concept of alignment. And by alignment, I mean that we need to consciously be aware of whatever it is that we are gaming for, whatever it is that we aim for in life. And we need to feel a certain way about it. We need to attach, to anchor emotions to these conscious thoughts. These emotional connections that we make with whatever it is that we consciously think about are what will really start dominating your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is probably only around about 2% of your brain activity, your brain power. The rest of it is your subconscious, roughly 98%. And what goes on in there is it's not dead matter, it's just that you're not as conscious of it. I think if we were very conscious of the thoughts that go on within our subconscious, it would be quite overwhelming. I don't think that we would be able to handle it. And I mean, some drugs that stimulate actually do something similar. They really open up access to the subconscious a lot more, and consequently people end up being a little bit funny and worse off for it. And perhaps they exhibit symptoms of schizophrenia and things like that, and start hallucinating and seeing things. And it's not to say that what they're seeing is not real. Perhaps it is real in a different plane of existence, but consciously, we wouldn't be able to experience it the same way. So subconscious, very, very powerful, and we really need to harness it properly. And to keep your focus on whatever it is that you want it to be on, you need to constantly use that 2% of your conscious thought to remind yourself why it is that you're doing what you're doing, what it is that excites you about whatever it is that you're doing. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to now think of, okay, so I'm going to do something to make money, and when I have that money, I'm going to buy a wonderful house, a yacht, a plane, a really flash car, whatever else it is that you think you will get emotional about. But you're still not really attaching emotion to the work itself, which is why you need to develop a purpose for doing what it is that you're doing. You need to enjoy the process of whatever it is that you're doing so that you are in alignment with it. So you need to think, you need to filter that down into what you feel. And in fact, I wouldn't even say that what you think needs to filter into what you feel. What you feel needs to filter into what you think. They're both so intimately connected that you can't really put one before the other. You can't put a horse before the cart. Or chicken before the egg even is probably a better example. Or the egg before the chicken. So have a proper think about what it is that you're doing, what the purpose behind what it is that you're doing, and that will hopefully filter in to all of that subconscious system and will improve your focus on that particular thing. Thanks, and please feel free to again discuss whatever it is that you've been hearing here in this video. Visit us on Facebook, Twitter, and let's get talking about this. Let's start sharing some of this knowledge.